Hello everyone and welcome back to another discussion. For today's lesson, we will be tackling a new chapter and that is chapter 9, music. Now before we begin with the basic definition of music, let us tackle first the basic objectives for this lesson. Now our first objective, to be able to understand the concept of music and the ways and how to write it. Our second objective, to be able to understand the elements of music. Our third objective, to learn the different genres of music. And our last objective, to be able to apply all of these concepts through a culminating activity. Now, music or the word music comes from the Greek word musike, which means art of the muses. Now, when we say music, it is basically the art of arranging tones in an orderly sequence so as to achieve a unified and continuous composition. Now, if you would go back to the basic derivation of the word music, it means art of the muses. Now, what is the historical background behind the concept of the art of the muses? Now, the muses are said to be the inspirational goddesses of literature, science, and the arts in Greek mythology. Now, they were considered as the basic source of knowledge embodied in poetry, lyric songs, and myths that were related orally for centuries in this ancient culture. Now, if you want to be good, for example, in the field of poetry, there is a specific muse that you can give your offerings and pray to so that you can become better at that particular field. It is also the same as the concept of saints or santo for the Roman Catholic culture. Now, in current English usage, when we say muse, it can refer in general to a person who inspires an artist, musician, or writer. So it is no different as the historical background of the meaning of the word music, which is musike, which means art of the muses. Because for the Greek people, the purpose of muses is to serve as an inspiration for them. And in the English usage, modern English usage, when we say muse, it also serves as an inspiration for an artist. Now, who is the Greek muse of music? It is EUTERPE. EUTERPE and her other siblings are said to be the offspring of the muse Mnemosyne and the god Zeus. Now, here is a list of the other Greek muses. For epic poetry, you have Calliope. For history, you have Clio. For lyric poetry, you have Erato. For tragedy, you have Melpomene. For hymns, you have Polyhymnia. For dance, you have Terpsichore. For comedy, you have Thalia. And for astronomy, you have Urania. Now, what are the different ways on how we can write music? Now, the first method on how we can write music is through the staff method. Now, the staff is the name given to the 5 horizontal lines and 4 spaces, which we can write music. Now, in the staff method, the pitches and tones are represented by notes. Now, what are the different kinds of notes? The first one, we have whole note. Second, we have half note. The third one, we have quarter note. The fourth one, we have eighth note. And the last type of note, we have 16th note. Now, the second method of writing music is through the letters or the solfa technique. Now, the word solfa comes from the French word solfegge or the Italian word solfeggio. Now, it is a music education method devised by Sarah Ann Glover, an English music education teacher from the 1800s. Now, in the solfa technique, instead of representing your tones and pitches through notes, you name the tones and pitches in letters, which are Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now, what is the origin of the solfeggio technique? Now, the original solfeggio scale was developed by a Benedictine monk, Guido di Arezzo. Now, the original scale was 6 ascending notes assigned to ut, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Now, the solfeggio frequencies make up the ancient 6-tone scale from the medieval ages, thought to have been used in sacred music, including the beautiful and well-known Gregorian chants. Now, the syllables for the scale were taken from a hymn to Saint John the Baptist entitled Ut Quant Laxis, written by Paulus Diaconus, also known as Paul the Deacon, who was also a Benedictine monk, a scribe, and historian of the Lombards. Now here is the first stanza of Ut Quant Laxis, where the 6-tone scale was taken. Ut quant laxis resonare fibris, miragesturum famuli tuorum, solve polluti labi riatum, Sancte Johannes. Now let us continue our lesson with the basic elements of music. Now, the first element of music is harmony. Harmony refers to the combination of notes played together and the relationship between a series of chords. Harmony is said to be the founding element of music, for without harmony, there would be no melody, no pitch, no tempo, no texture, and all of the elements of music. Even though you are not a singer, you would know if a song is harmoniously sounding or not. Now, how would we know if a song is harmoniously sounding or not? If a singer sings out of tune, if the singer hits a sharp note, flat note, if it's a duet piece, for example, and both of the singers are not jiving the piece together, then that is unharmoniously sounding. So that is the concept of harmony. The second element of music is key. Key is also known as tonality. It is a principle in musical composition which gives the feeling of completion in a musical piece. Now, how does key give you the feeling of completion in a song? Now, every song can be played on different scales, from C to B. You can change the scale of the song or how it is arranged based on the timbre of the singer. Now, for example, if the song is played on the scale of F, the song should also start with the note of F and it should end with the note of F, therefore giving it a feeling of completion. And the third element of music is melody. Melody refers to the memorable tune of the song or a piece of music created by playing a succession or series of pitches. The melody gives us the LSS or last song syndrome feeling. And the perfect example are K-pop songs. Even though you cannot understand the meaning behind the lyrics of the Korean song, but the mere fact that its melody is so addictive, it gives you that LSS feeling. Therefore, a lot of people love K-pop songs because of its addictive melody, because of its colorful costumes, its vibrant choreography, and it's, of course, the beautiful faces of its artists. Now, the next element of music is pitch. Pitch refers to the relative highness and lowness that we hear in a sound. Now, the pitch of a sound is determined through the frequency of its vibrations. Now, an example of this is what you can find in the right side of your PowerPoint presentation. Now, how would we know the pitch of a sound based on the frequency of its vibrations? The faster the movement of the vibration, the higher the pitch. The slower the movement of the vibrations, the lower the pitch. The next element of music is rhythm. Rhythm is the flow or pattern of music through time. Now, what is the meaning of the upper and lower numbers we see in the time signature? So let us use 3/4 as an example. Now, the lower number 4 pertains to the type of note you will be playing. In this example, 4 signifies a quarter note. Now, the upper number 3 pertains to how many quarter notes you will be playing. In this example, you will be playing 3 quarter notes. Now let us use another example. If the time signature is 3/2, what is the meaning of the lower number 2? So what type of note you will be playing? So you will be playing half note. So the upper number 3 pertains to how many half notes you will be playing. So in this example, you will be playing 3 half notes. The next element of music is tempo. Tempo refers to the speed of the beat, which is the basic pace of music.